So, Halloween Ends was just released, and I think it's safe to say not everyone liked it. But let's go back in time, way, way back to when Halloween was actually good. Here we are. Now, this is what we're going to review. Please like and subscribe and comment something related to the video. Share your favorite Halloween movie. But hey, if you're not ready to subscribe, consider checking out my other videos. I think you might find them interesting. I put a lot of time and effort into them. And hey, you'll see how my videos got better and better. Okay, so I recently thought it would be a good idea to watch Halloween. I haven't seen it before. And hey, did I do a good choice? Some parts may seem a little bit outdated, it may seem cheesy, it may just seem like a normal slasher horror movie, and some just may not hold up well. It may not seem as scary as it used to be, but it's good for its time. And its time was 1979, and it still holds up pretty well. I say pretty well because it kind of still seems like a cheesy slasher horror if you watch it now, and some parts may just make you cringe a little bit. But you just have to remember that this was good back then. And the directing, the moving camera, it was pretty good. Like, even nowadays, we're still struggling with the stop cam. Like, the camera's still in a lot of Marvel movies and shows. So it's pretty cool to see that in this, it has a unique style of directing. I just feel like that's something you don't really see in horror movies nowadays, except if you're watching Jordan Peele or something. So it was pretty cool to see that. So people often see the Halloween and they go like, "Oh, that's a slasher movie. It's overly bloody." But watching the first one, it isn't bloody at all. The director of the new one is just like, Halloween is eat popcorn with your friends. But if you genuinely just watch the first one and actually get into it, it's kind of like a psychological, like, terror one. Like, four people die in the whole movie. There's almost zero blood because it was just brilliant. There's a lot of stuff to appreciate about all this, and you may be like, oh, well, we don't have time. Yes, we do. Sit down and just listen. Oh, and while you're sitting down, please consider subscribing. That really helps, please. I'm desperate. I'm desperate. I think the way they do this movie is really kind of clever and unique because you don't really see a lot. Oh, and also, I think this may be a good time to mention that a lot of these clips will be repeated just because it's an old movie and to avoid copyright claims. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, what does it do uniquely? What's unique about it? So, what's so unique about it is it gives us some backstory on Michael Myers. But not too much backstory, the perfect amount to keep him mysterious. I'm looking at you, sequels. And then it shows him breaking out of a mental asylum. And while he does this, it doesn't show his face. So it keeps it mysterious. Friday the 13th tried to do this, but they did that in kind of the wrong way. They made it seem too obvious they were trying to not show the person's face. But then we get introduced to the main character, which is introduced in a normal way, like in every horror movie. And the B story gets closer. And in my opinion, it's kind of cool. It's a cool way to kind of like show the bad guy without necessarily giving him too much backstory. Sequel! It's just a cool, nice way, and then it shows the main character in her life. So basically, it's a pretty cool way of doing them. I know a lot of movies do it, but this just kind of seems different with the way they lay it out. Because it has like this one note character, it has this guy and a girl in a car, and you think he's just going to be one of those one note characters, but he kind of comes back and he's kind of like an important plot. He then shoots Michael 2 times with a gun, and he also was stabbed before and he survives. Don't ask me how, I don't know. I've only seen the first one. So, yeah. It's a pretty unique setting of the movie. And also, it establishes the groundwork like every horror movie does. But I kind of like it how it has some character work with it. And you may be like, well, every horror movie has character work. Well, I kind of feel like it's kind of cool the way they do it in this one. You have the kids in her, and you see her like kind of missing out on Halloween. It's all this really cool stuff. There's always this ominous tone to it. It always keeps you on the edge of your seat. The reason I say this is So you see Michael, you're like, ooh, spooky, okay, and then you see him get escaped from the mental asylum, so you know stuff is about to go down. So you've already taken all that in, and you're back to normal life, which you get a sense of, and then you get a sense, but oh, something's off. And when you see Michael Myers stalking her, it's just, and you see the police car scene, it's just horrifying. So that ominous thing kind of closes in, and once you hear she's babysitting, you're just like, okay, that's where she's going to be. And then when the kids start telling the kid that she's babysitting, the boogeyman is going to come to get you, you're just like, okay, something's not right. This is serious. The boogeyman, aka Michael Myers. Kids are so mean. So basically, you still have that ominous tone. And once the kids are just like seeing Michael Myers and you hear the babysitter on the phone, and Michael Myers is kind of watching the other babysitter, the kind of side character, you're just like, okay, something's going down. So it's really cool how it just like gives this really ominous sense. And also, since the kill count is pretty low in this movie, kills have kind of meaning, they have impact. And since blood is low, in this, when you see blood, it's kind of like shocking. When a lot of movies have a lot of blood, like just thrown in there, you're easy to get desensitized to it as the movie goes on, except apparently not in Terrifier 2, which people are throwing up over the amount of blood in it. I haven't seen Terrifier 2, so I can't talk, but anyway, you get this sense of like urgency with each kill. And the kills kind of show how powerful Michael Myers is. So when our helpless protagonist finally meets Michael Myers, you're scared for her. You're just like you've seen Michael Myers' power. It's like the Avengers in Endgame. You're like, oh no, this is not good. So anyway, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Had to end things short to work on some other Halloween videos, hopefully coming soon. Comment a movie you want me to review next, because I want to do that. Whoever comments a movie, like, I'll look into it. I'll review it, hopefully. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this far. Thank you, and bye!